Thank you for choosing to tune in tonight to The Entrepreneur. I am Paul K. Mwaura. I believe it is important to practice and improve your interpersonal skills because they lay a foundation on your building relationships with others. A number of enterprises rely on providing great customer service, but you cannot provide great customer service with the wrong team behind you. On tonight's show, we speak to one Agnes Gadoni, the owner of Milele Salons, and she knows very well how to motivate her staff. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
My name is Paul,
Yes.
and I'd like to see Agnes. Okay. Hello, Agnes. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
It's nice to meet you and to have you on the show tonight.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you. Now, let me ask you, before we talk about your staff, tell us, when you were a young girl, did you always envision to have this kind of a business?
Okay, I wasn't very sure what kind of business I wanted to do, but what I knew is that I wanted to do business. Yes, the salon business. This came clear after my university education.
Were you working in a salon before, or what?
Yes, I worked shortly in a salon. It wasn't just a salon. There were several business lines. There were 5 business lines. Among them, there was a salon and a barber shop. And after working for 1.5 years, I quit to begin my own.
Having quit, Agnes borrowed a small loan to the tune of 150,000 to begin her own business.
The first salon was in Embakasi. I began quite small. I had 5 members of staff. I think like 3 dryers. I began small.
It is important for entrepreneurs to know the ins and outs of their businesses. Agnes began small, but has now built what could best be described as a salon empire.
One mistake that I did was I had not learned how to delegate, but with time I learned. So all the time it was like I wanted to do everything. And yeah, that was a mistake and it was costing me. But with time, as the salons grew, I learned how to delegate.
So where do you get your knowledge about now running this business, this salon business?
Okay, I would say when I began, I had very little knowledge. I've learned along the way. Naturally, I like reading. I read a lot. So I read a lot about the beauty industry, the grooming industry.
Early on, you started by saying that you had about 3 members of staff in your first salon.
Yes.
So how many members of staff do you have right now?
Currently, we have 130.
In total, Agnes opened up 5 branches, and she took the entrepreneur on a tour to see the Milele Southgate branch, which has 26 members of staff. So how do you get to source for your staff?
Okay, I get referrals from people who are already working here, the existing staff. And we also get from the training colleges. There are many training colleges. There are those that we work very closely with, like the Reverend Uzuri Institute. We work very closely with them, so they provide us with the staff. We source from the training colleges.
Members of staff have to have basic grooming skills and training. Skills are acquired while on the job. The ability to motivate employees is one of the greatest skills an entrepreneur can possess. With 130 members of staff, Agnes has found a way to keep her staff highly motivated.
I want the staff, the people who work in Milele, I want them to be at par or even better than their peers who are in other industries. So we do several things. We do in-house. Personally, I train them on customer care. We do in-house training so that they get the confidence and then the assurance that they are doing the right thing. Then we have a competition. There's a Milele Shield that the several branches compete for. We have each branch is a team. So we have a competition amongst the 5 teams that we have a draw. We get to get the winner at the end of the year in December. That is where they get the Milele Shield. We get the best team. I encourage them to do savings, like we are just about to get title deeds for a piece of land that we bought in Kitengela. So
as a team, as a whole,
yes,
as a whole.
Yes, as members of staff.
Even with 5 salons in different parts of the city, Agnes is hands-on in ensuring the business runs smoothly. In addition to that, Agnes has introduced customer care classes in each branch, which she teaches the staff on matters of etiquette, grooming and customer service.
Every day I supervise. There are things that we agreed with the staff. I check on the cleanliness, are the towels clean, are the equipment clean, is the floor clean, are things in order, are people dressed according to how we should dress. We have a dress code.
As an entrepreneur, one tool that is key is consistency in managing your business. Agnes wants her customers to have a great experience. The Milele Southgate branch provides spa services which include massage, body treatment for both men and women. One section caters for men while the other takes care of the female clients.
I remember one incident in Saudi Odyssey Plaza. The client had bought her own chemical and turned out disastrous. And from, I think it had expired or it was fake. There was a problem because the hair really fell out. It was one of those, it was bad. It was one of those very bad moments in this career.
So did it fall out like, she got to be like me or what?
Yes, the chemicals put on her hair. And when it was time to wash, all the hair remained in the sink. Yes, it was very bad. And so what we do, we encourage the clients to entrust us to do the sourcing of the products so that we are responsible for what we use, because she had come with her own chemical.
And you were once in employment, now you are doing your own business. Yes. Would you say it's quite a profitable venture?
Yes, it is. Okay, profitable. Maybe profit in terms of satisfaction.
Yes.
It gives me a lot of satisfaction when I see people progressing. When I see somebody begin their career and then they really grow, that is very satisfying to me.
The interior design at the Milele Southgate Salon was well thought out. Not only is there a separate section for men and women, but there is a section for kids too. The kids section is fully equipped with reading materials for kids, dolls, colorful walls, towels and so much more. Agnes wants to ensure that the kids have a great time during a visit and has even gone further by customizing the towels.
I want to be able to influence a very large number of people. I want to be a millionaire. I want to touch 1 million lives in terms of those people who will be working and earning their daily bread from Milele.
Now, having friends and family who probably want to come and say, I know Agnes, and I want to be done my hair for free or a spa moment for free. Yes. How do you get to handle that?
What we do, we have offers, so such people can come for the offers, not really free but discounted.
What advice would you give somebody who probably is in employment and is looking at going into business, or they want to start a business? What advice would you give them?
When you're going to begin, you must be bold. I'll tell them to dream big, be bold. Don't listen to the voices of the dissenting voices. People will always discourage you, so it's good to ignore the voices of those who discourage you and stay focused. Get to know what kind of business you want to do and don't take your eyes off the focus. Just focus and focus and focus. I think sometimes we overrate money. I think if you have the idea, you know what you want to do, you have the idea, I think money is not really a problem. Just have a vision, what do you want to do, and aim at starting small. You don't have to start so big. Start small and then gradually you grow.
I want to take you back a bit.
Yes.
From when you were starting,
yes.
Did you ever doubt yourself, and did you ever feel like you're doing the wrong thing? And if there were such doubts, how did you overcome them?
Yes. At some point you doubt yourself, especially the years at the beginning, when business is slow, I was learning the ropes. I didn't know much, and but I quickly learned to ignore the voices of the critics. People always come. There's some people who will always discourage you, saying, salon, other people are closing. Why do you think you will make it? It's not nice, and all that. So I learned to ignore the voices of the critics and just focus on what I wanted to do. And yes, I've come this far.
If I had 6 hours to chop down a tree, I'd spend the first 4 hours sharpening the axe. Abraham Lincoln. Before you start a job, hunt, or a new project, make sure you've sharpened your skills so you can succeed.
Behind every great enterprise lies a great team. We take a short commercial break, but don't go too far, because when we return, we'll have more in store for you. I believe we've all had cake at some point in our lives, whether it is celebrating an anniversary, a wedding, or a birthday, or even satisfying that craving in our lives. Well, I certainly do love cakes. And we are surrounded in our environment by bakers in the city, in the supermarkets, and even in our neighborhoods who make it difficult for those who don't want to add any more weight. Well, I'm here to interview one Joseph Muya, the owner of Liberty Cuisine, here at Syokimau. Hey, hi Joseph.
Hi Paul, how are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Okay.
Welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes.
It's good to be here in Syokimau.
You're most welcome.
Okay.
Yes.
And thank you for being on the show.
Welcome.
All right.
Yes.
So Joseph, tell me, so did you always love to cook, and when did you start cooking?
Well, actually, I think I've cooked all my life. I think as long as I can remember, I've been in the kitchen. And I enjoy doing it. It's something I do it anytime. You can call me, you can at any moment, and I'll cook, I'll deliver.
Wow.
Yes.
That's great. And so when did you know that you wanted to maybe venture into the catering industry?
Well, I didn't actually have catering as such in my mind. I didn't know it was going to be a profession. I just thought it was something that I do enjoy, I'll be enjoying just doing.
Okay.
But with time, I did a lot of other courses, I did a lot of other professionals, but I ended up doing catering. So about 7 years back, that's when I started professionally to actually cook professionally.
Liberty Cuisine is a catering company based on Mombasa Road and was registered in 2007.
Karibu Paul. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
This is my kitchen.
So this is where you do all the...
This is where all the magic happens.
All the magic happens.
Yes.
All right. So
And
which side are you going to be? That side?
Yeah, I'm going to go there, but I just
Okay.
want to hand this over to you.
Oh, okay.
Just have this as we
are in the
kitchen.
All right.
We don't contaminate the food, eh?
Food.
So we have to...
But I don't have any here, so that doesn't mean... there may be something.
Yeah, there may be something there.
Okay.
Yeah.
People think so long as they know how to cook, they can get into this industry. Is that true or false?
It's false. Because like any other profession, it's something you have to know how to balance a few things, ingredients, because when you use too much of this, it can be harmful to you. Or to bring in out the taste of a dish, you have to know the measurements of what you're using. So you just can't wake up and decide, no, today I'm going to cook. No, it has to be in you, and you have to learn also. Today we're going to do an orange cake. I know it's not familiar, not many people would make oranges. We know vanilla, we know strawberry, black forest, white chocolate. But we are going to do an orange cake. So we're going to do measurements about 2 kilograms of cake. So we have our measurements. We have our sugar, which is 250 grams, margarine the same. Then we have our orange flavor, and we have our flour, and of course we use fresh juice of the orange and also the orange peels.
Having attended a number of functions in which catering services are not usually a miss, Joseph noticed a gap.
Loving how to cook, and I'm going to function, sometimes you are waiting for the caterer to come, and when they eventually come, you question, the food is questionable. So I thought, I'm gifted in this. I know I can cook, and why not bring a difference in the industry? Yes, there are a number of people offering good food, but we want to be among the best offering the same services. Yes.
Libertine Cuisine specializes in outside catering services and all occasion cakes.
First, we have to put the margarine and the sugar so that they can mix and give us a smooth batter. So this is going to take about 3 minutes. Okay. Yes.
Okay. So this one is beating up the margarine and the sugar.
Yes.
So you've found that there is that gap in the catering industry.
Yeah.
Where did you get the capital to start now getting into the food industry and all that?
Yeah, initially, since we hadn't banked for a long time, we had to get it from friends and relatives. But eventually, as we started growing up, you can't keep on going back to your relatives and friends to keep on asking. Yes. So we thank God with the relationship we had with our bank, and we went. They're human beings, people fear banks. They think that, hey, once you go there, you need to, I don't know what, but we went, we talked to them, gave them our idea, and we sold it to them, and that kicks us off in a very big way. Initially, we had to use small jikos. We had to use charcoal jikos, and even baking, we had ovens, the firewood. Yeah. I mean, you need whatever you can to just make sure that you're going. Okay. Yeah, and also, thank God this time, there are also a lot of people who hire out equipment to work with. Yes. So whenever we'd get a function and we would want to maybe plates and spoons before we bought ours, we'd go hire them out. Okay.
With such a small start, getting your name out there is such a great breakthrough for any entrepreneur. Kizuri chajiuza, kibaya chajitembeza. Yes. So kizuri chenyu kilijiuza.
Kizuri chetu kilijiuza. Because we started with small house parties. Okay. From there, we found ourselves in one company. From one company, we supply quite a chain of companies and offices. They're the same. So the reference, getting reference from friends and from clients we've dealt with, really boosted us forward. Okay.
This is a very, very saturated market, yes. The catering industry. Yes. So how do you keep up? How do you make yourself good and top of the game?
Well, first we have to maintain or even exceed the expectations of our customers or our clients. When they expect the good food you take, you expect that to make better food or offer better services than we did the last time. So they always have a point to come back. We build our relationship, we grow with them. And by giving them quality, consistency in quality, time management, we make sure we are punctual in delivery. We give them good service while they are enjoying our meals. And yeah, I think that has kept us in this market. Okay. Yes. Very good. Yes. Now our butter is gone. We put an egg at a time. Okay. We just allow. Yeah.
I stay here.
Yeah, you are safe.
I'm safe. All right. Now, what challenges should they expect as they enter in this industry?
Well, in catering, being a fresh food a produce where you need to give fresh food always, they have to be prepared to sacrifice a lot of time, because sometimes you go late into the hours just making sure that tomorrow you start waking up, you wake up early and you have things ready to go. So you'll spend a lot of nights, or maybe sometimes we of the nights, just trying to prepare. We call it mise en place.
You know, this being a perishable industry,
Yes.
perishable foods industry.
Yes.
Are there points whereby a challenge maybe whereby in the morning you wake up the meat is bad, or it's, something is, you know, some food is gone bad?
Yes. Okay, some things come with time. That's why again you have to invest in good equipment and even storage facilities. Like when you get the meat, get it fresh. You have to get a good fridge that will keep the meat at the required freezing or cold degrees. Yeah. So yeah, again, you need to invest in good equipment just to make sure that you are always supplying. And even when you get the fresh produce, once you go to the market to get your fresh produce, if it's the vegetables, the meat, you have to verify them. You have to get reliable also suppliers who will bring quality. They're not just selling you stuff because they have it, but they're giving you food that is fresh. Now we add the flavoring. We want to flavor this. So
Seasoned entrepreneurs know that the challenges can be turned into opportunities. Put now the orange juice.
yeah, now we need the orange juice. Remember the one that we had squeezed?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna just sieve it on the side first and give it a little shake. See, all the seeds are left and all the body of the fiber of the orange is there. So our cake is ready. Family wise, it took quite a sacrifice, because sometimes you go to a function, you come very late, and sometimes you have another one in the following day. You have to wake up again early. But now at least we've adjusted, we've adopted, we've gotten more staff, so things have become slightly better.
Receiving referrals on an ongoing basis is as much a function of deliberate planning as it is a great customer service.
We've invested quite a lot, and about 5 million. Yes. And right now actually we are working on a kitchen. As I brought you, this is the kitchen, the house kitchen. But we've gotten a space in just Upper Hill Town where we are building a state-of-the-art kitchen. We are refurbishing with new equipment, new ovens, and that's going to take quite a bit more. But thank God for banks, we are able to access finances easily.
You know, as we were coming in, I saw that also your wife is in that chef regalia and all that.
Yes.
So, be honest.
Yes.
Who is a better cook, you or her?
Well, say the truth, she's a better baker. She's become a better baker than I am. But on cooking, I take that.
Libertine Cuisine has 20 permanent staff and 45 casuals. Joseph tells the entrepreneur that getting staff with good training is important in this industry.
And sometimes the staff come in and, well, they've been a bit of a challenge. You get somebody trained and somebody hears of your people do a good job, they are poached. Okay. Yeah. So again, you have to start training from the word go, because we actually train our staff to the standards of our company. Once you love something, give it all, give it your all, because whatever you need is found within what you have. You may want to start such an enterprise or any other business, but whatever you want out of that, whatever you need to start that, or whatever to achieve that, you have it within you. Just look around, you will find it there.
Yeah. And what advice can you give somebody who is out there, who has not started, or who is starting, or who is probably struggling? What would you say?
Well, I believe God has given us each different opportunities, and that's why we are all in such a time as this. So if you look within yourself, you know there are some things that you do easily without struggling. So check and see things that you can easily do without struggle, things you enjoy doing, and passionately pursue them.
Let's see what we cooked.
Yeah.
Actually, it's very good.
Yeah.
You got to put in your work, but you got to find that thing that honest to God turns you on. and ain't nobody got to dig it but you. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful sense or anything of that nature. And when you do find it, that one thing that turns you on, everybody ain't gonna dig it.
One thing that can definitely work in your favor as an entrepreneur is possessing the actual skill needed in the industry you want to establish an enterprise. This has definitely worked for Agnes of Milele Salons and Joseph of Libertine Cuisine. Continue writing us on our social media pages, and it is Facebook, KTN The Entrepreneur, Twitter is KTN Entrepreneur. Now, if you are an entrepreneur or if you know any entrepreneur who has an inspiring story, kindly email us on entrepreneur@standardmedia.co.ke. It is goodbye for me and all the best to all of you.